Dan, thank you for joining us. Come off the back of a 3-1 win against Tranmere Rovers with yourself on the score sheet as well. What did you take from that game?
I think we spoke about getting back to what made us us, and running hard, working hard, staying connected. And I think we were able to do that throughout the whole game. And when you do the basics really well, and you've got players that can produce quality, you stand a really good chance. And I think that's what helped us in the game. And we put our chances away, and we got two in quick succession before half time, and we put ourselves into a really comfortable lead. And I felt that in the second half we were comfortable, kept the ball well, and we had some really nice passages. And Flinty found himself on the right wing, and then put in a delightful ball, and then we get another goal, and things are really comfortable. So I feel like that was definitely one of our most complete performances in the last couple of weeks. So we're just looking to continue that going into the weekend.
Just a quick mention, of course, you're on a loan deal, which always has its speculation when a transfer window comes around. But how good does it feel to have that full focus with the Saddlers for the rest of the season, and you can push on and hopefully achieve what the club wants to achieve for the season?
Massive. It really, really is big, because I've built some really good connections, and I've settled down really well here, and everyone's been so welcoming, and everyone's helped me in one way or another, and I'm really grateful for that. So for me, it's been amazing, and to be able to stay for the rest of the season is even better, because I just want to give back to everyone that's had faith in me and encouraged me. And yeah, it's a big half we're going into, and I'm just really happy and excited to be a part of the rest of the journey for this season.
You've got 2 goals in your last 2 games, which means 2 goals a calendar year. You actually didn't score in the first 2 games of the calendar year, which feels like a gold duck for you, because you score every week. But with those 2 goals in the last 2 games, you must be absolutely raring to go for the first home game of the calendar year.
Yeah, definitely. Because of the Christmas period, games come thick and fast, so it never really felt like I hadn't scored for a while. But I guess that's just what it is, to be fair. That's what it's been. But yeah, guys around me always, encourage me and keep my confidence up. Even little things like, like we scored at the weekend, and then after P scored, Conor Barrett turns to me and said, "Yeah, don't worry, you're scoring next." Scored within 10 minutes. So it's just things like that, that I'm really grateful for, and the team always encourage me. So yeah, it's going to be good. And first home game of the year, so we want to get off to a good start, and be great to have as many fans down as possible, and as we try and put on a good show for them.
As you said, we faced Accrington Stanley this weekend, a 3-1 scoreline when we faced them away from home, but all 4 goals were in the last half an hour, so maybe the scoreline in that game didn't really represent how the game fully went. How was that match for you? Because, of course, Accrington Stanley is a difficult place to go and get 3 points.
Yeah, it's a very difficult place to go. I enjoyed it, to be fair. It wasn't one of them rip-roaring starts that we had, but I felt that we were reasonably comfortable, and we just knew the importance of getting the first goal. So that was the emphasis that we placed at half-time, saying that we're more than in this, but the first goal, we need to get it, because if we get the first goal, we'll be able to push on from there. And that's exactly what happened. We got the first goal, and then we got the second goal, and then from there it was quite comfortable to get to the end of the game. But I feel like going into this weekend, it will be more of the same, but more so from the start of the game, in terms of just starting well, and if we do get the opportunity to get the first goal, that we need to take it. So yeah, I think it's just that's how I feel going into it. Especially as a striker, I always say, let's get the first goal. I'll be the first one to say that. But I think it's just more of the same from last week, in terms of being connected and ensuring that our basics are done to the standard that we set for ourselves.
Are you expecting a similar game to the previous game? Of course, Accrington Stanley have hit a bit of form recently, 3 wins in the last 4 and won their last away game, so it's going to be a tough game ahead. Are you expecting something similar?
To be honest, it feels like every game is really, really tough. And yeah, I'm expecting a bit of the same, but you never know when you go into games. Things can change, opposition can change formation and so on and so forth. So I think it's more so what I expect from myself, what I expect from the team, and what we expect from each other. And I feel like the more we focus on ourselves and deal with what we can deal with, the better chance we'll have at implementing that in the game and doing damage to the team that we're playing against. So I think it's just about focusing on ourselves more than anything else.
And finally, as said, it's our first game back at home after 4 away matches. It'll be great to see a number of people. Firstly, the home fans will be expecting a good number there. The new signings that have made in January playing their first game at home, and especially, finally, Gary Waddick, who will be returning to the dugout after over 3 months out with his surgery.
Yeah, it's going to be a really, really good day. First home game of the year is always a big one. And it's good that, we can bring good numbers out and, help. It really does help the team. And, they will help us get to a good start. And, it's good to have the different signs that we brought in as well. Like, they're all really, really good in that we train with them this week. And we've seen the qualities that they had and what they're adding to the team. And they've added new dynamic to the team, which is really good and what is needed. And to have Gaz back, well, it's always good to have someone with so much experience back, and even today, I get to learn more of him, and yeah, it's just good to, have him back and just be almost, how do I say this? It just feels good to have everyone together and just being together with the new signers coming in and, people coming back, and it's just good to keep everything connected. And I sound like the gaffer because the gaffer says connected a lot. I feel like I'm just repeating what he says, but that's literally what it's about. And you see it like new signs, they come in and they automatically just dwell straight away into the group, and I feel that's really important. So I'm just happy and excited that the fans that do come will be able to see that at the weekend.
Top man, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.